Ladies and gentlemen, it's all come down to this, the final fight of the evening. I want everybody in the casino on your Fighting Championships welterweight division. This main event is sponsored by Supplement Superstores. Introducing first, fighting out of the FM Roofing blue corner, a UFC veteran with a professional record of 7 wins, 3 defeats. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighs in 170.9 pounds. Fighting out of Sedalia, Missouri, welcome back to the Shamrock FC cage, Darian Across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the First Form red corner, undefeated as a professional, with a record of 4 wins, no defeats. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighed in at 169.8 pounds, fighting out of Uzbekistan. Ladies and gentlemen, Choriev!
Referee Josh Stewart has the call for our main event this evening. Darian Weeks in the blue tape, Max Choriev in the red. This fight is 3 5-minute rounds in the Shamrock FC welterweight division. This crowd is electric, ladies and gentlemen. Touch of the gloves and into the action. Choriev takes the center of the cage.
You know, a lot of these fights we've seen with Max is he overwhelms his opponents, but I cannot imagine that, you know, with Darian that's going to be a factor here where he's overwhelmed by the by the level of competition.
Yeah, Darian has a very impressive record of 7-3. Choriev looking for the takedown. Taking Weeks for a ride. Choriev gets him against the cage.
Yeah, Darian trying to scoot back, get his back to the cage. He needs to let go of that head, though. I mean, he's doing a good job, you know, controlling the posture of Max so he's not able to, you know, land any big shots with that takedown. Again, Weeks just trying to get his back to the cage.
Yeah, Weeks trying to scoot up, get himself up there, maybe try to wall walk. Choriev doing a good job, though, of locking up the leg.
Yeah, he's got the one leg locked up there. A little elbow there from Darian. Max steps over the other leg, but loses the one leg. So he steps over, you know, Darian's left leg, loses the right leg.
Yeah, he's trying to walk over. Now he's going to try to scoop them up.
Yep.
Take him over. Big drop into his own corner.
Big slam. Darian fell in a very awkward position.
Yeah, basically put him face first down.
Yeah. Now Max is in mount. Now Max is in mount. This is not a good position for Darian to be in. He's controlling that posture. Flips over to his back. Now he's on top.
Now let's see Darian. Oh, Choriev looking for the arm bar.
Again, Darian, looks very calm and composed here.
Weeks is a true professional.
Oh, look for him to take Max's back.
Weeks trying to control that posture there.
Yeah, you know, Darian almost has Max in like a crucifix type position. He has that leg or that arm trapped with his legs. Lost it though. Max going right back to the single leg. Look for him to drive, switch that to a double. Darian,
Max powers through that.
Yeah, Darian needs to dig for those underhooks.
I think Weeks is probably the biggest that Choriev has fought.
Yeah, he's not a little guy. And, man, those takedown attempts are exhausting. I mean, he got 2 takedowns, but, you know, you pick him up, you carry him all the way to the other side of the cage, and then he fights back to his feet. That is exhausting.
Yeah, because Weeks has got to weigh 180 plus.
Yeah, and, you know, it's a long fight. You have 3 5-minute rounds. We're still very early in this first round. Still a whole lot of fight left. Max just pushing for this takedown, Trying to step over that leg, get that single leg secured.
Weeks doing a good job, though, pushing the head down.
Pushing the head down, yep, defending. Now he sprawls out. And Max just holding on to that leg, Big shots there by Darian.
There.
And Darian's just calm, he's composed, landing some shots of his own. And the cage is actually kind of working in his favor there.
Yes, it's keeping him from pushing all the way back.
Yeah.
Again, head down position.
Some more shots there by Darian.
This is a tough one to call for the first round.
Yeah, real tough. I mean,
Choriev has 2 big takedowns.
2 big takedowns. Wasn't able to do a whole lot with them, though. No real damage.
And now Weeks is doing a good job to neutralize as we are down to 10 seconds in this first round. Big elbows to the body.
Big elbows to the body, and those add up. We'll have to see how Max is able to recover and come out in this second round, because he seems dead set to just holding that single leg. Wasn't able to get a lot of damage. Darian seems very calm, very composed, fresh. Darian's not even going to use the stool in between rounds here. Seems unfazed by that round. You know, that's a tough round to call. If I had to guess, they probably gave that one to Max just off the takedowns, pushing the pace. You know, he got the takedowns, but he wasn't able to, you know, amount any sort of offense from it, unfortunately.
Choriev has seen the second round once in his career.
I mean, hands down, the biggest test to date for this young man.
Second round underway. Max Choriev in the red, Darian Weeks in the black shorts. Max again looking for that takedown.
You gotta be careful though. You don't want to eat a big knee on the way in there. You gotta set those up.
And again, Weeks using that oblique.
Got southpaw versus orthodox stance here.
Weeks riding a 2-fight win streak into this contest.
Catches that kick, holds on to it, see what he does with it. Pushes Max
Sends
over.
Choriev flying. Weeks in top position. Now Choriev again switching for that arm bar.
It's gonna be tough to finish an arm bar with how sweaty they are in this second round, but let's see if he's able to do it.
Weeks fighting those hands.
Yeah, you know, he might be able to finish this, but it looks like he's able to get that elbow out of the midline.
Choriev was smart and bailed on it.
Bailed on it, now he's a full guard. Ooh, nice short elbow there from Darian. Let's see what he's able to do with this. Another elbow there. He's gotta watch that up kick. Throws his legs to the side, in the side control.
Weeks heavy pressure here from the top.
Good pressure. He's holding that leg, not allowing Max to get up.
Max gives up his back.
Gives up his back here. Nice short knees here from Darian. Those are going to take out the power of Max.
Choriev tells him to come on.
And that's just where you see that veteran status of Darian. He said, I'm not going to fall for that. I'm going to pick my shots. Still a lot of fight left. Max cannot sit here with his back on the cage.
No, he has got to get out of there.
You got to circle. Now we're going to see what is this gas tank really like? Max has never fought the caliber fighter of Darian Weeks. Goes high there. He's got to be careful. Doesn't want to give up a guillotine, give up his back. He's got to move. Can't just sit here. For him to work his way back to his feet, but
Weeks is doing a great job of controlling here.
Yeah, he's perfectly content holding on to this back position, landing some big shots, big slam of his own. Let's see if he puts the hooks in or if he just stays here right in the back.
This is what we talk about with fight acumen right here.
Yeah, Max is doing a good job hand fighting here, trying to turn, use the cage, get his back to the cage.
Big knees on the inside there.
Nice short knees. Just working the clinch, wearing Max down. Max is bleeding some. A little bit of sweat on us. I'll take the sweat over the blood, though.
Any day of the week.
Couple big shots there for Max. Max shoots for that single leg. Again, Darian's just stuffing the head, pushing the head down.
It's all about that head control. Where the head goes, the body will follow.
Went for a spinning elbow, missed it, gave up his back again. Again, and then Darian just seems content to not even try to take the back. He's just going to hold this position. And when I say take the back, I mean throw in hooks and really secure that back position. But now here we are. They're on the feet, working the clinch. Again, just a lot of short knees here from Darian.
But Darian is content to sit here and make Choriev carry his weight.
Carry his weight. Nice short elbow there.
Elbows. Choriev has got to get off that cage. Down to 10 seconds.
Goes
Big
high,
head kick.
Goes high. I got to give that round to Darian. It could be 2 rounds to none. It might be 1-1. Max did get the takedowns in that first round. Wasn't able to do a lot with it, but he was able to really kind of control the position in that first round. It's hands down for sure 1-1. Max has really fell off with the steam. He doesn't have a lot left, it doesn't look like. We'll see how he recovers.
Still not taking a stool.
Yeah, Darian's clearly the fresher of the two. Just judging by the action, judging by who's standing, who's sitting. Max is really going to probably rely on that takedown, which he's done for the whole fight, but he hasn't found a lot of success. In fact, he found no success that second round, so he has to set up the takedown. He can't just rush it.
Third and final round here in our main event of Shamrock FC 354, live from Ameristar Casino in St. Charles, Missouri. Jeremy Johnson along with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Adam Meredith. This is it.
Third and final
Who
round.
wants it more? Potentially going into this 1-1.
Little oblique kick there. Darian's obviously very aware that what Max wants. Max wants that takedown. Nice jab there out of Darian. Just chopping down that front leg of Max. Max
Both
switches stances.
Just throwing hands.
Really weak. Oh, beautiful. Man, that was a beautiful defense by Darian. Cut the corner.
Got out of the way.
Yeah, Max shot right into air. Now we're right here back into the clinch.
And that has to be disheartening because this is what Choriev wanted, was the takedown.
Yeah, well, you know, when you get a step up in competition, now you're going to see what you're really made of. It's easy to overwhelm a less superior, you know, a fighter that's not on your level. But, you know, when you have, somebody with a lot of experience, you know, high fight IQ, it's going to be tough.
Oh, big shot to the body by Choriev. Again, shoots under.
Shoots.
Beautiful move there by Weeks, though, to counter.
Yeah, catches that underhook. Now he's in half guard here. Look for him to land some short elbows. Takes the back here. Now is he going to throw a hook in? Got one hook in. See if he puts that second hook in. He's on the chin. I don't think he's under the chin, but you can finish this.
He is cranking.
You can finish this still.
Choriev fights the hands.
Switches the mount. Nope, loses it. Not in mount. Right into half guard though. Couple hammer fists. Big shots.
Choriev gives up his back. Now he's trying to fight those hands again as Weeks controls him.
And this is exhausting. Let's see if Weeks switches to the double leg. Yep, scoops him off the cage. He has a Kimura here. I don't know if he has the leverage to finish that though, especially as Darian moves into, well, he's moving into side control, but good job by Max to keep it full guard here. He has butterfly guard.
Max working to butterfly guards, gets the feet on the hips, trying to make some space.
Yeah, I mean, he has that Kimura grip, but he doesn't really have the angle. Oh, wow, now he does. Again.
Oh, he's pushing. Can he finish?
He's pushing. Let's see if, Darian needs a circle around the head. Flips
Weeks
out
rolls.
of it.
Very nice.
Again, he's just calm, composed. Didn't seem fazed or concerned by that attempt at all. Max going to switch probably to an armbar attempt here, but it's going to be tough to finish.
Can he get it? No, Weeks pulls his arm away.
Pulls out, and now he's out entirely.
Weeks winced in pain, but he was able to pull it out. Now he is on the back of Choriev.
Oh, man, his arm was in a weird position. Nice knees there. Let's see if Darian can drag Max back to the mat, or if he's going to just be content with this clinch here.
There has to be some desperation in Choriev.
Goes for the takedown. He's in the single leg here. Let's see if he's able to finish this. Max has not finished the takedown since the first round. Nice shots there. I think we're in the last minute of this round, of this fight.
Choriev still trying to work for that takedown. Now he's going to try to stand up.
Yeah, he doesn't have his hands locked up though. It's going to be real. I don't think he's going to be able to finish the takedown here. Goes to a knee so he doesn't eat any shots to the head from the knee.
Big knee there to the head again.
Nice knees to the head there. These do not feel good.
Weeks fighting for that head position. Now he opens up. He's going to try to seal the takedown in the last 10 seconds. Smart move by Darian Weeks there.
Just pounding him out. And
that is the end of the fight.
That was a beautiful fight. I cannot see that going any other way than for Darian.
Beautiful fight for Darian Weeks.
Beautiful fight for Darian Weeks. Came in there, show just the true professional that he is. He wants everybody to know.
Choriev as tough as they come.
Yeah, Darian wants everybody to know, hey, I'm ready to get back to that big stage.
Amazing fight there for Darian Weeks. Amazing fight, really, but even if Choriev does not walk away with the win, this is an ultimate learning experience.
A lot of experience. Take this back to the lab, get better. You're very
please
close.
bring the
You're very,
lights
very
up.
close, but you still have some room to improve.
A beautiful fight, but let's send this one up to the cage to Joe Parisi to give us our results.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at the conclusion of your 3 scheduled rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for tonight's official decision. Judge Gage Brown has scored this contest 30-27. Judge Jason Carr scores it 29-28. And Judge Rob Francis scores it 30-27. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's winner by unanimous decision, Darian Weeks!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your winner, Darian Weeks. Darian, that was an amazing fight. You were able to stuff the takedown. Was that your game plan coming into the fight?
First and foremost, you already know what I'm gonna say. I give glory to God. It's not me. It's not me. It can't be me. You know what I'm saying? Secondly, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. With him, I'm washing his blood. But no, honestly, my game plan tonight was to come in here and bang with him. He hasn't shown a lot of submission work. He's known to stand in the motherfucking middle of the ring and start throwing. I'm trying to throw. He took a shot on me, had to switch the game plan up in the middle, but I think we did all right job.
So what's next for Darian Weeks?
That man right there, sitting right there, Sean Shelby. That's what's next for me, baby. You know what it is. Put me back where I belong, baby. I promise you I won't disappoint this time. No decisions, I'm going to finish, all right?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Darian Weeks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here at Shamrock Fighting Championships, and we'll see you next time.